so amazing. Today we have two big speakers, and one of them is a well-known professor and researcher in Russia and USA. He's in the Encouragement Award of Chushikoku branch in Japan Society for Biotechnology and Agrochemistry, JSBBA, and he's Associate Professor of Institute of Plant Science and Resource in Okayama University, Japan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Associate Professor Manabu Sugimoto. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Manabu Sugimoto, Institute of Plant Science Resources, Okayama University, Japan. Thank you for joining my presentation. Today, I'd like to talk two topics. First is fermented foods for our health. Second is our latest research result, anti-inflammatory effect on colitis and modulation of microbiota by fermented plant extract supplementation. Okay, let's start the first topic. So what are fermented foods? Fermented foods are foods which have been subject to the action of microorganisms so that biochemical changes cause significant modification to the food. Microorganisms such as yeast, mold, and bacterium responsible for fermentation produce and accumulate diverse nutrients in food. Benefits of these nutrients in fermented foods are detoxification, optimizing our immune system, and improving intestinal condition. Fermented foods draw our toxins, aid in the regulation of immune cells, and get a wide variety of good bacteria. So let me explain the detoxification by fermented foods. Environment around us, such as aging, alcohol, ultraviolet, smoking, air pollution, dietary habits, and stress at the office and at home, induce reactive oxygen species, ROS, in the body. ROS causes lipid oxidation, protein denaturation, enzyme inactivation, or DNA fragmentation, which are leading arteriosclerosis, heart disease, stroke, or cancer. Fermented foods repress the regulation of ROS and reduce the risk of these diseases. So next is the benefit of nutrients in fermented foods, optimizing the immune system and improving intestinal condition. This is a picture of surface of intestine. Surface looks very smooth. Let's see the surface by microscope. Surface is covered with villi. There is a capillary vessel in villi, and there are immune cells in the villi. There are about 2 trillion immune cells in the body, and about 70% of immune cells is located in the intestine. In the intestine, many kinds of bacteria are living. It says microflora or microbiota. Bioactive substances such as dietary fiber increase the composition of clostridials. Clostridials secretes message substance. This message substance goes into the villi. Message substance induces undifferentiated T cells into regulatory T cells. Regulatory T cells secretes message substance. Runaway T cell, which causes allergy and inflammatory, was induced into normal T cells by message substance, resulting the suppression of allergy and inflammatory. This graph shows the potential of intestinal microbacteria releasing message substances in Japanese, is much higher than that in Western countries' people. Why? This is a traditional Japanese meal. In addition to fish and meat, many kinds of vegetables and marine materials such as beans, mushroom, nuts, grain, root vegetable, and seaweeds are used to cook. These meals contain much dietary fiber, so many intestinal bacteria that prefer dietary fiber have settled in the intestine of Japanese. However, the number of patients such as allergic rhinitis, atopic dermatitis, and asthma increases in Japanese. Especially the number of patients with inflammatory bowel disease has been increasing in Japan. It is said that the consumption of Western foods and lack of dietary fiber are implicated as a reason. Dietary changes alter gut microbiota composition. The gut microbiota affects immunologic, nutritional, and metabolic processes of human body, indicating that dietary strongly affect inflammatory bowel disease. As I told you, fermented foods are produced from animal such as milk and from plant materials such as vegetable and marine materials. From this result, fermented foods produced from plant materials are expected to provide health benefit. Xeniji is produced from plant materials such as vegetable, fruits, and seaweed. So let's go to the next topic. This topic introduces our latest research result, anti-inflammatory effect of colitis and modulation of microbiota by fermented plant extract supplementation. As you know, fermented plant extracts are produced from many kinds of fresh vegetables, fruits, and seaweeds with lactic acid bacteria. To evaluate anti-colitis effect of fermented plant extract, mice were divided into 3 groups: negative group, positive group, and fermented plant extract group, FPE group. Positive group was fed diet with dextran sulfate solution, DSS solution. It's a colitis inducer. FPE group was fed diet containing FPE and DSS solution. Negative group was fed diet with water. Mice of all groups were fed for 7 days. This slide shows the body weight of mice after 7-day diet. Positive group was found to have significant reduced body weight compared with negative group, but FPE group was found to have no significant difference compared with negative group. This slide shows colon length of mice after 7-day diet. The colon length in positive group, this one, was significantly shorter than that in negative group. But FPE group exhibit no difference compared with negative group. This slide shows IL-6 and TNF-alpha concentration of mice serum after 7-day diet. IL-6 and TNF-alpha are the inflammatory marker of which the concentration increases under inflammatory condition. The concentration of IL-6 and TNF in the positive group were increased significantly compared with that negative group. However, those concentrations in FPE group was not significantly different from those in negative group. So these results demonstrate that fermented plant extract has an anti-inflammatory effect on colitis. So go to next experiment. To evaluate the change of gut microbiota composition by fermented plant extract, we recruited healthy women to participate in the experiment. The participants were assigned into two groups, FPE group and placebo group. Participants in FPE group were administered one FPE package 3 times after meals every day for 3 months, in addition to their habitual diet. Participants in the placebo group were administered one placebo package in the same manner as FPE group. No diet restriction was instructed on participants. Participants collected fecal materials before and after 3 months administration, and the microbiota composition was analyzed. This slide shows the microbiota composition in feces before and after 3 months administration. The composition of Clostridiales increased significantly after 3 months diet in FE group, but the composition of placebo group before and after 3 months diet was not changed. So these results demonstrate that daily diet supplementation with fermented plant extract directly increased Clostridiales composition in the gut, suggesting that the FP fermented plant extract supplementation could enhance Clostridiales growth in the gut and could have anti-inflammatory effect on colitis. The intestine is connected to the brain by about 2,000 nerves and is cross-linked. Therefore, the intestine is called the second brain. Therefore, if the intestine is in good condition, neurotransmitters such as dopamine and serotonin are generated in the intestine and sent to the brain to stabilize the mind. Then it reduces stress and leads to health longevity. Our fermented plant extract must improve the intestinal environment and improve our health. Xeniji is produced from 65 plant ingredients and 15 strains of lactic acid bacteria by fermentation technology. Xeniji contains a ton of fermented plant extract. That's why Xeniji is the treasure box of nutrition. We believe that all of you spend a healthy and rich life with Xeniji. Thank you for your attention.